Hello, my name is Alexandra Clark, and today I'm going to show you how to make an easy mandala in Illustrator. So this is the end result. I think this would be a really cool project to do just for fun, or even to get out of a creative block or a mental block. Something for when you need a little something extra to get away from, something to do almost mindlessly. I think it could be really fun to mess around with and get some cool results. So get ready. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up a new document in Illustrator. Obviously go to File and New. And then down from there, you don't really need to change anything in the top half of the screen. That's mainly just, again, your title and your width and height. So it depends what size mandala you're making. But I decided to keep just a normal paper-sized document. But you do want to make sure that the Align New Objects in Pixel Grid box is unchecked. That is under the advanced menu, so it may not show up right away if you've never used any advanced types of options, but you do want to click on advanced and make sure that is unchecked, or else your mandala will not work correctly. So you're going to start out by making a rectangle, or a shape in general. I decided to go with rectangles for this. And you're going to want to make one and copy it, so you have two of the exact same rectangle. You're going to want them on top of each other, one over the other, but not touching, but not also too far away. This space in the middle is going to really create that middle of your mandala and make sure it's nice and even, but not too much of a gap. So you're going to want to place them on top of each other and then group them together. This can be done by going to Object and down to Group, or Command G if you like to use shortcuts. The next step you want to do is select your rectangles or your shapes. Then go to Effect, Distort and Transform, and then Transform. This is going to pull up the menu on the right that I have shown. And you're not going to really want to do anything in the first two sections of this menu. You don't need to mess with any of that. You do want to change the rotate, though, to a different angle. I decided to go with 13 degrees. This seemed just about right when I looked at it. But you can go anywhere from 10 to 15. Anything over that might be just too much. So you're going to want to make sure your preview button is toggled so you can see your preview of this happening. This is how you know that you have the right kind of angle. In the options section, you're going to want to keep transform objects checked, obviously, to transform the objects. Then you're going to want to go to where it says copies and go anywhere from 10 to 20. 20 on mine seemed just a little too much, 10 seemed not enough. I decided to go with 14. That just seemed right to me. But you can go anywhere in there and even go higher from there if you're making a smaller or a larger mandala, just whatever seems right to you. So the next thing you're going to want to do is go to Object and then down to Expand Appearance. This is where things are going to start to look a little crazy, but also you're going to start to see what's actually going to happen, which is really nice. So once you hit that, it's going to get real chirpy real quick. So that'll be in the next slide. This is what it's going to look like after you go to the Pathfinder menu and you hit Exclude, which is the fourth option to the right under Shape Modes. Your Pathfinder window, obviously, if it's not up, is going to be under Window and down to Pathfinder. But this is where you're going to be able to see what your mandala is actually going to look like, which is really cool. So with this, it is selected, so it's blue. But you're going to want to take your stroke off eventually, but for now it's okay. So in this last step, this is where you want to make your stroke invisible and add a gradient. This is, I think, a really cool just kind of tip and skill to know how to do. I decided to go with a blue and purple gradient because that's just kind of what I was feeling. But I think it's really a unique kind of thing. And in this, you can see the square behind it, so I'm not really loving that, but I'm sure there's a way to get around that. It may just be the way that I had it set up. But that was super easy, and I think it's a really cool thing to do that I'm going to utilize when I just need something to calm me down or just need to really get out over a creative block or in the mood to really design. So I would really love to see if anyone would want to redo this with different shapes, different colors, stuff like that, and see what kind of cool mandalas you can create. So thank you for tuning in and listening to me talk about making mandalas in Illustrator, but I think this could be a really good skill to have. So thank you.